Good morning, children. How are you all? I hope you all are fit and fine. So, children, yesterday we have discussed about the how the animals move in the locomotion in the animals like earthworm we have discussed, birds we have discussed, and also we have discussed about the fishes. So, children, today we are going to continue with our topic. In this, the first is the example of the leech. So, children, the movement present in the leech is the same as the earthworm because the locomotion in the leech is also brought about the same manner as the earthworm. We know there that the earthworm, or we can say the leech, it moves the anterior end becomes long and thin, while its posterior end becomes short and thick. So that this is due to the contraction and the relaxation of the body muscles. So that the locomotion in the leech is brought about by the contraction and the relaxation of the body muscles, and then it is the same type like the earthworm. So, children, the next locomotion we are going to discuss in this cockroach. So, you can see the cockroach in this diagram. There are mainly three parts: head part, then middle part is thorax, and the last part is abdomen. Children, the cockroaches are the insects which come out at the night to feed, and they can walk, climb, as well as fly in the air, so that two pairs of the wings are present, and also the three pairs of the legs are present which help in walking process, so that the bones are not present and the body is covered with the hard outer skeleton. You can see this outer skeleton which is brownish in color, dark brownish in color, so that this is the outer skeleton. So this outer skeleton is made up of different units joined together, and this permits their movement, so that the muscles present near the legs help in walking, while the breast muscles attached to the wings help in flying process. So, children, this type of the movement present in cockroach. The next example is frog. Yes, you can see in this picture frog. So, children, in the frogs, it is mainly amphibian. Amphibian means it is uh, it is living in both water and land. Mainly, children, we have discussed that three types of animals according to their habitat. First is terrestrial type, second is we have discussed that the aquatic, and third we have discussed amphibian. So, terrestrial which live on land. The second which live in water, it is called the aquatic. And the third type, which is the example of frog, amphibian. Amphibian means they are living in both land and water. Land पे भी रह सकते हैं, water पे भी. So that they are called the amphibian. So, children, in the frog, the hind limbs with the webbed feet help in their locomotion process. So you can see the webbed feet. Okay, children, the next is the example. Yes, this picture you can identify snakes. So snakes have the long backbone and a large number of thin muscles, so that the muscles are connected to each other, and the backbone, ribs, and the skin are also connected to the muscles. So, children, the movement takes place by the crawling movement, and then the locomotion in the snakes is like swimming on land. During the locomotion, the snake make many loops at the sides, and then the forward thrust of the loops against the ground surface helps in the forward movement, and then it do not move in the straight line. So they have the different parts in their body. First is head. In the head, eyes are present, mouth present, tongue present, and then the body, whole body. After the last part is the tail part, and they have the poisonous venom also, we know. So children, this is the next example is the mammals. Yes, mammals have some characteristic features, that mammals have the mammary glands also, and then the body hairs are present, body hair present on the surface, so that we are also mammals. So children, first example of the mammal is tiger. Yes, you can see the different parts of their body: head, one pair of ear, one pair of eye, then nose, mouth. In the nose, nostrils are also present, then mouth, then leg, foot, and last part is tail. So children, like the tiger, use their hind limbs as well as the forelimbs for the locomotion. And the also the next example is the elephant. There are different parts of their body: head, one pair of ear, one pair of eyes, trunk, mouth, their foot, leg, and the tail part. So elephant also use their hind limbs as well as the forelimbs for the locomotion process. So children, if we are talking about us like human beings, so we use only the hind limbs for their locomotion process. Okay, we use our forelimbs for various other activities. How are locomotory movements brought about in the vertebrates? So children, the vertebrates mainly when the vertebral columns are present, so that we are called the vertebrates. The locomotory movements in all the vertebrates, including the human beings, are brought about the bones comprising the skeletal system, that we have already discussed about the bones like forelimb, hind limb bones. We have discussed about the skull, na? So all skeletal system we have discussed. After that, the second is the muscular system, in which muscles are present. So we have already discussed about the muscular system in this chapter. So children, the locomotion is the result of the coordinated action of muscles on the limb bones, and the contraction and the relaxation of the muscles move the bones, and many bones of the skeleton act as the levers. When muscles pull on these levers, they produce movements, and such as the breathing movements of the ribs, and the chewing action of the jaws, and the flexing of the arms. So hope children, this topic is clear. You have already completed the keywords like endoskeleton, exoskeleton, joint, ligaments, locomotion, movement, and skeleton. So hope your keywords are completed, so that today's your homework is to learn the keywords. Okay, you should learn all the keywords. In the next class, I will ask you keywords. So thank you children. Any query you can write in query box. Thank you.